former cricketer and BJP MP Gautam Gambhir has triggered a massive controversy with his gesture, which has many say an objectionable one at that, at the crowd during the course of an Asian Cup match. In fact, Gambhir was seen flashing his finger at a crowd while he was passing through the stadium and was met with loud chanting. The video of Gambhir took the internet by storm, with a section of netizens claiming that the former cricketer was reacting to the crowd chanting "Kohli, Kohli." Political rivals of Gambhir, including AAP and Congress, slammed the former cricketer, calling his gesture shameful. Sharing the video on social media, Aam Aadmi Party asked if Union Minister Smriti Irani will raise a hue and cry about this gesture, just like she did over the alleged flying kiss in Parliament by Rahul Gandhi. AAP was referring to, of course, Rahul Gandhi's gesture in Parliament, which also had kicked up a massive uproar, with BJP women MPs calling the gesture misogynistic. After the controversy erupted, Gambhir issued a clarification and said that his gesture was in response to Pakistan fans raising anti-India and Kashmir-related chants as well.
देखिए, पहली बात तो ये, जो सोशल मीडिया में दिखाया जाता है उसमें कोई सच नहीं होता, क्योंकि सोशल मीडिया में लोग अपनी तरफ से जो दिखाना चाहें वो दिखाते हैं। सच्चाई है, जो भी वीडियो वायरल हुआ है उसमें सबसे बड़ी सच्चाई है कि अगर आप एंटी इंडिया स्लोगन्स लगाएंगे और अगर आप ये बोलेंगे कि हिंदुस्तान मुर्दाबाद या फिर कश्मीर के बारे में बात करेंगे, तो फिर बंदा किसी तरीके से तो रिएक्ट करेगा या फिर हंस के चला जाएगा। तो सिर्फ यही कारण था कि वहाँ पर 2 या 3 पाकिस्तानी लोग थे जो एंटी इंडिया चीज़ें बोल रहे थे, हिंदुस्तान मुर्दाबाद बोल रहे थे और कश्मीर के बारे में बोल रहे थे। तो ऑब्वियसली वो नेचुरल रिएक्शन है। मैं अपने देश के बारे में या देश के अगेंस्ट कुछ सुन नहीं सकता हूँ, और इसी के कारण वो रिएक्शन था। अगर आप गालियाँ देंगे या देश के बारे में कुछ उल्टा बोलेंगे, अगर पर्सनली भी गालियाँ देंगे, तो आप क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि हंस के चले जाऊँ या कुछ ना बोल के चले जाऊँ? उस तरीके का तो मैं व्यक्ति हूँ भी नहीं।
But the clarification didn't put the controversy to rest. Leaders of the India bloc continued to rain fire on the BJP parliamentarian, raising questions on the gesture, even if they were directed at anti-India slogans by Pakistanis.
भारत विरोधी नारा जो लगाए वो देशद्रोही है, उसके खिलाफ कठोरतम कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। और दुनिया के दूसरे किसी कोने में अगर हो रहा है तो उस पर आपत्ति जतानी चाहिए थी। और अगर कोई देश विरोधी नारे लगा रहा था तो इन्हें कहना चाहिए हिंदुस्तान जिंदाबाद। और जो लोग नारे लगा रहे थे, अगर हिम्मत थी तो उनके सामने जाके कहते हिंदुस्तान जिंदाबाद। जो इन्होंने गौतम गंभीर देश के कप्तान रहे हैं क्रिकेट टीम के, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सांसद हैं, तो क्या इनके नेताओं ने ये जो इशारा ये कर रहे थे, इनके नेताओं से सीखा है इन्होंने?
जब इस ढंग के सवालात राहुल गांधी जी पर आए थे तो तरह तरह की राजनीतिक अभद्र टिप्पणियां की गई। आज आपके सांसद उसके घेरे में आ गए। सवाल जनता पूछेगी, यह अधिकार जनता को है। तो ऐसे सवालात पर आप जिस ढंग का आचरण रहा है, तो स्वाभाविक है राजनीतिक कार्यकर्ताओं को प्रश्रय नहीं दीजिएगा। क्रिकेट खेलने वाला, सिनेमा का कलाकार, राजनीति के कलाकार आएंगे तो ऐसा ही आचरण पेश करेंगे।
BJP, however, has hit back at the opposition, saying that it was pointless to stretch the debate on the gesture when the former cricketer has already issued a clarification.
Everything has been closed when Gautam Gambhir himself has cleared the stance what he is saying. I think Rahul Gandhi has not cleared it. When he's made a flying case in the parliament, he has never came into PD and clarified his stance. Gautam Gambhir has the courage himself and cleared the stance. The matter has been closed, should be closed right now. If they're comparing the Rahul Gandhi's incidents with Gautam Gambhir, Rahul Gandhi should come up in the public and in the media and clarify his stance what he exactly means that is.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guest. Joining us now, NewsHour activist is with us. Bimal Soni, former manager of the Indian cricket team, is also joining us. Nikhil Sharma is a sports commentator and author. Dr. Akashdeep Puni is a political analyst who's with us on this broadcast. Dr. Subansi Raman is a political analyst. We also have with us Sarfaraz Wani, advocate. Let me start first and foremost with Dr. Subansi Raman. Dr. Subansi Raman, the gesture might have been objectionable, but Gautam Gambhir says that it was a provocation or a provocative slogan that led him to actually commit that particular gesture, which is caught on camera. Do you think that the controversy is to address that? Because the BJP says that since he's clarified, why is the matter being stretched by opposition political parties? Your response?
Madhav, have you seen the video?
Of course, it's out there on social media.
Have you seen the video in its entirety?
No, whatever is on social media, sir,
did you hear
that's what we have seen.
Whatever. The original version which was put out on social media, I think why not we subject it to a forensic analysis and see if the chants which actually we heard, which to me appeared like Kohli Kohli, were actually chanted or not. It's simple. Do a forensic analysis, find out if that's an edited or if the audio has been superimposed and somebody deliberately put out an audio like Kohli Kohli. Or was it really that it was the chant of Kohli that angered this man? There is, on that audio, whatever video that we saw, I for one could not hear any slogans, any anti-India slogans or anything in that video. But it's quite possible that, it may have occurred. So the only way to find out the truth and to find out if the member of parliament was telling the truth or not is to put it through forensic analysis. Why not analyze the tape?
Okay.
Find out.
Nikhil Sharma.
So
let me bring in. Okay. You're saying that this particular video at least does not show any anti-India slogans. Let's get a response from some of the other panelists. Nikhil Sharma, if we take this video at face value, Dr. Suman C. Raman here is saying it does not show any anti-India slogans, so it has to be subjected to more investigation to find out whether it actually happened or not. How would you respond to Dr. Raman?
Well, Madhav, I think what's unfortunate is the fact that the gesture itself is not a great incident in itself. The fact that he's issued a clarification, not many people, sometimes in a crowd like that will understand what's being said, whether the camera has really caught it. If he's issued a clarification, if he says that there were anti-India slogans, I think we should give him the benefit of doubt. And does this really merit taking it and stretching it to a certain extent that we will not gain anything out of it, barring some political mileage? The guy, Gautam Gambhir, is known to be a certain no-holds-barred kind of a guy. He gives people in their face. We should accept him for what he is and the fact that he's brought laurels to the country and move on from here on. That's what I feel.
No, but is it possible that those Kohli slogans would have angered him? Because there is a history and there is a context in that, we all know that video that went viral between him and Virat Kohli in the past.
Yes. Yes, it's possible. However, if he's come out and if it's because of Kohli and Gambhir, that's between both of them. He's raised a gesture that's not acceptable. He's come out and issued a clarification. He should be a little more careful regarding such things. But does this really merit us taking this forward and trying to find out what's really happened? If he's issued a clarification, I think, on the sports fields, many
well, it's become a political issue in Delhi. The Aam Aadmi Party, you saw the JDU also come out and compare this to the Rahul Gandhi episode, and they're asking if that same outrage will come from the BJP side. But since you put that question across, I want Sumant to respond to this. Sumant, two things are possible. Just two questions before I go across to other panelists. Now, 2 points that have been made over here. One is, Mr. Gambhir himself has said that don't go by whatever you believe on social media. And the second point being made by Nikhil is this, that in a crowded stadium where there are hundreds, thousands of people, and the camera is just panning across, tracking Gautam Gambhir, it's possible that the camera mic has not picked up the audio of what someone, say, about 15, 20 feet away is actually shouted at to Gautam Gambhir. Is that possible?
It is most certainly possible, which is why I am saying, why not you subject it to forensic analysis? By the way, Madhav, just out of interest, Virender Sehwag has, who's a known supporter of the BJP, has actually said, my view is that most entertainers or sportsmen should not enter politics. Most are there for their own ego and hunger for power, barely spare genuine time for people. I love being involved with cricket and commentary. Being a part-time MP whenever convenient is not something I ever aspire for. I wonder who he was referring to with this dig. But beyond that, look, let's face it. The gesture which Gautam Gambhir made is something which certainly, as a member of parliament, as somebody who has represented this country with distinction, he should not have. Now, he says he was provoked. Now, we need to investigate to find out whether there was any provocation, or he is just trying to, whether the chants in support of Virat Kohli was what actually angered him, and then he came up with this thing to get off the hook. We don't know. So that has got to be investigated. But clearly the gesture does not behave of an MP.
Okay. You made that point. But incidentally, that comment of Virender Sehwag was made in response to a question by an interviewer who felt that Sehwag should have been made an MP before Mr. Gambhir. So that's the context in which he actually made that comment, because I remember reading this interview as well.
But who is the part-time MP? Who is the part-time MP he is referring to?
Okay.
Who is the part-time MP cricketer he is referring to? Give me a few names right now.
Okay. Many smiles on the panel, but let me ask Vimal Soni. Vimal Soni, who's the part-time MP? Who's the part-time MP Mr. Sehwag was referring to is a question that Suman C. Raman wants an answer from. And do you feel that this is behavior that behoves a cricketer, as a form of cricketer as well as a member of parliament?
Well, I would not know who he is referring to, but I would definitely like to say that Gambhir should have thought before doing that action. He is now an MP. He is no longer a cricketer playing cricket on the field, where any gesture or any reaction on crowd was still acceptable. But now, being a senior man, an MP, he should not have done what he has done. I condemn it as a cricketer, as a person, but at the same time, I can feel that it was an instant reaction, or a reaction by, by his natural self, as if he was playing cricket and he was not liking the fact that the crowd was chanting Kohli, Kohli, who he has had as alteration with and he is not on good terms with. So I think it's just a reaction, but he should have seen that today he was not there as a cricketer, but of course he was there as a senior pro, but he was also there as an MP, and he has certain rules which he should abide, and seniority he should maintain. But at the same time, we should not overdo it. It's an instant reaction of Gautam Gambhir.
Okay, but this entire defense that has been given, that there were pro-Pakistan slogans, there were anti-India slogans, or Kashmir, etc. was involved. What do you make of that, Bimal Soni?
No, of course, crowd can do any slogan, they can mention anything at that time, but that does not mean that we lose our cool. If we are cricketers, if you are ex-cricketers with the responsibility of being MPs also, you have to take it cool rather than react in crowd and give a bad example of yourself.
Absolutely.
So I'm not happy with what Gautam did, but at the same time, I feel it's a reflex action of a cricketer, not a reflex action of an MP.
All right. There have been a number of examples, Mr. Akashdeep Muni, of political parties, of leaders who have reacted very badly and perhaps have been provoked. We saw, of course, Mr. Robert Vadra, how he famously pushed aside a reporter who was asking about a particular, business deal and where there was some allegation of some kind of wrongdoing. But, the point is that at the end of the day, this kind of behavior exists on both sides. It's not desirable at all. Nobody can justify it. But we have seen this happening across party lines, this kind of behavior.
See, Madhav, there are two things here. There are two videos here specifically. One video where chants of Kohli, Kohli is heard, and one video where anti-India chants are heard on social media. Now, the other, after Gambhir's clarification, the other video is checked by Boom Fact Check and also the India Today network, and they found out that that video, the audio in that video was of 2016, not of 2023. So the second video is the wrong one. The first video still exists. First.
Okay.
So now, if also playing devil's advocate, we can acknowledge that might be that Gambhir would have heard something which the audio did not capture. If he has heard something like this, then as a parliamentarian, he should have written to the EAM, External Affairs Ministry, for an action. He should have lodged an FIR in Sri Lanka, or he should have taken it officially rather than what he has done there, which was totally unparliamentary by a parliamentarian.
What offence would he register in Sri Lanka, sir?
He should see anywhere if there is anti-India slogans and by a particular group of people. He is saying that there are three people there. He
The
should have.
organizer.
He could have made it a national issue.
Okay.
And registered a complaint. And this type of complaint has been registered earlier also.
Exactly.
Okay.
In other countries.
Okay.
So this could have happened, but
Okay.
he as a parliamentary, he should have gone through it, but not doing it and showing him whatever he did. I don't want to repeat that. Whatever finger he showed, that was totally unparliamentarian, and it shows clearly of a character of a very poor politician who does not know how to behave in a foreign country.
All right. And in fact, let me put that question across to Rahul Ishwar. Rahul Ishwar, that is not parliamentary behavior, number one. He could have taken legal action. He could have written through diplomatic channels. He could have filed a police complaint. Is the argument coming from Akashdeep Buni. We've also heard Pramod Tiwari just a short while earlier say that he could have perhaps responded through words. If somebody said, for instance, Jai Pakistan, he could have said Hindustan ki Jai or something of that nature and responded with words rather than responding with an obscene gesture. That's the argument coming in. How do you respond to that? Rahul?
Madhavji, two submissions. First of all, he had a hot moment. He had an angry moment when he heard some chants, as he says. He had a very hot kind of angry kind of moment. And cricket too has long evolved from the gentleman's game to more of a passionate game where people express their emotions. And it was without any forethought that Gautam Gambhir reacted angrily, perhaps, to an anti-India chant. I believe we should be more charitable and we should be more respectful to a national hero and a cricketing icon like Gautam Gambhir. Because on one moment he had that angry. He was always passionate. Even in fields, we have always seen him very passionate. Even in politics, he is very intense and emotional. Yes, that particular gesture is not justifiable. At the same point of time, there was an emotion, and we should give him that benefit of the doubt. We should give him the benefit of the doubt when he says he had anti-India slogans. Perhaps, the mic couldn't pick it up. Why do we have innuendos and insinuation against such a national icon like Gautam Gambhir and, discount the trust that we have on him? I think, we shouldn't make it a larger issue. It happened. He gave a clarification. It is time to move on. It was perhaps a reaction to something else. So we should be more charitable and we should be more honorable to a national icon.
Okay.
It was perhaps in an angry moment he did so.
Okay. Let me bring in Sarfaraz Wani. Sarfaraz Wani is just a heated moment. Are we making too much of it? He's a national icon at the end of the day. That's the claim being made by Rahul Ishwar. How do you respond?
See, Madhan, whatever was the context in which Mr. Gautam Gambhir reacted, we need to understand that he is an MP and he is somebody who is representing India outside. This is in Sri Lanka, and the mannerism in which he has reacted, I think this is uncalled for a person like him. Now, personally to say, I think Mr. Gautam Gambhir has not evolved as a person over the years. Let us understand, and with an example, Virat Kohli of 2015, a fierce young guy who used to fight over trifling matters on the field. And see the pictures a day before the India-Pakistan match in Colombo. See the cheerful pictures of Indian players and Pakistan players, the happy pictures which they were sharing in the practice session. See, this is the ambassador of peace which we want. This is the idea of India which we want from our cricketers. The ambassador of peace, the ambassador of friendship. We don't want anybody to show such actions over the seas and defame India. We want people like Virat Kohli who are the ambassadors of peace.
But sir, what if somebody is making anti-India slogans? What if somebody is insulting their own country? Then certainly people will tend to lose their cool. Because these are emotional issues, sir.
So for a common man, this might be a problem to register a complaint in Sri Lanka. But for somebody who is a member of parliament and one of the part of organizers, I think for him it was not a big deal to register a complaint there. Or he could have reacted some other way. Is it called for a person like Gautam Gambhir to show such an action?
No, at the end of the day, members of parliament also human beings could be one argument. Yes. All right. Suman C. Raman wants to comment on this. Yes, Suman.
Madhav, I have a more important question. Does Delhi, his constituency, not deserve a full-time MP? Is it okay to be a cricket commentator? Is it okay to be associated in an official capacity with an IPL team? Is it okay to be a part-time MP? Are the citizens of Delhi fine with it? Forget this gesture.
Okay.
Don't they deserve a full-time MP?
Shouldn't we
working for the people of Delhi?
Rahul Ishwar, okay. You made a point.
Won by more than 3 lakh votes.
I'm going to allow that question. I want Rahul Ishwar to respond to that.
Yeah,
yes.
Shouldn't Yeah, shouldn't we want celebrities, eminent people of various fields to come and join the mainstream of nation building? Sachin may not have the highest attendance, but when Sachin or Rekha or other people come into the mainstream nation building process called politics, shouldn't we welcome it? So we should have a consideration for them. They have their own personal careers. Maybe Sunny Deol, so they are joining the process.
Nominated MP.
He's not, but still, he's a cricketer. He has that background. So when he comes, we should be welcoming him because they have their own careers too. They have come to prominence because of their personal background too.
Okay. Okay, and there's another question, Rahul, that is coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party. In fact, they are also questioning. They are also questioning when there was an outrage when Rahul Gandhi, made a gesture which was considered indecent by members of the Treasury benches. In fact, women MPs even complained to the Speaker, and in fact, there is action that could potentially be taken, perhaps at a later date in that regard as well. But the point is that if that yardstick had to be applied inside Parliament, then what about this when fans are involved and hundreds of fans at that? That's a question that the Aam Aadmi Party, that the JDU, etc. are asking.
It is not a tutu meme movement. We all know. I don't think he will ever repeat such kind of a behavior. But on one particular behavior, he lost school because perhaps he heard a very offensive anti-India slogan. It might not have been Jai Pakistan, then he would have responded to Jai Hindustan or Jai India. But maybe he heard something offensive. He immediately reacted. I think we shouldn't make a mountain out of a molehill. And we should respect that he had that one particular hot movement. Perhaps in a heated moment, he did so. It was not something like he planned it and he was doing something offensive. So I think we should be more charitable to our national heroes when they are doing it in a heat of moment.
Okay, Akashdeep Muni, we should be more charitable to our national heroes, especially when it's in the heat of the moment. Please respond.
The national heroes, remember, this is the same national hero who is absent from the parliament. The same national hero is, rebuked by the Honorable Venkaiah Naidu ji after he was absent continuously. This Sunny Deol, about whom you were talking about, he is also absent from the parliament. The very nice point made by Sumansi Ramanji, Delhi does not deserve a full-time MP. First point. And second point, I just want to make that if women in parliament should be worried about whatever happened after Rahul Gandhi's whatever he did, weren't women in that stadium there? Why you are worried for them? I'm so shocked that why we are not condemning this act like other cricketers did.
Okay.
I think so. This act should be condemned like anything.
Okay.
By parliamentarians specifically.
Okay. If there were women in parliament who took offense to that act of Rahul Gandhi, aren't there women in the stadium, Nikhil Sharma, who should have taken offense to what was done there by Mr. Gambhir? Is a question coming from Dr. Muni. Please respond to him.
Madhav, there are 2-3 things here. Number one, at no point in time am I justifying the action that Gautam Gambhir has done. However, I don't think, the honorable panel members have been to too many stadiums because they don't know things that happen there. Again, no justification to what Gautam Gambhir has done. But there are lots of things that happen at stadiums that are, not the most kindest and nicest things that are being said. He's a sports person. Should he put his thought together of saying, oh, I should put in a complaint now, I should do this now? He's reacted. The reaction is not justified, but he's an elected member. I'm not trying to justify it. It's not on us to decide whether his constituency deserves him or he doesn't deserve him. Let the elections come. Let the people decide. As far as the gesture is concerned in itself, condemnable. But at the end of it, don't, he speaks his mind. He has certain very pointed views about things. Let's just respect him for what his views are. You and I don't have to agree on it. But let him say what he wants to say. Don't hold things against him and say that he's an MP who's not this, who's not that. Let's not get there. It's important to condemn this action, but at the same time, don't get into things that has nothing to do with this
Sarfaraz Bani, it's a stadium. The atmosphere there is very different. Perhaps this is not the best possible behavior, but that's something that one should take into context of what kind of heat of moment these things have happened in. Because all sorts of unpalatable things may actually happen in a football stadium or a cricket stadium in this case.
With more perks and more power comes more responsibility. And he should have been responsible there. This is not called for an MP. He's enjoying perks, he's enjoying power, he's enjoying all the privilege. So with that comes more responsibility. And everybody publicly knows the venom he has for a particular person. This is something which publicly everybody knows. the venom he has for Virat Kohli,
Madhav,
and the chants which were chanted in the
doesn't
stadium.
matter
Now
whether
he's trying to
whether he
justify
has
it in
venom, he
some
doesn't
other way
have
that will
venom
not
is
be.
not something that we need to sit
Madhav,
here and discuss.
Okay.
Can I speak, Madhav?
Okay. Bimal Soni wants to respond to you, Sarfaraz. Bimal Soni wants to respond to you. Yes.
What I
Venom
have
is
to
perhaps
say
not the
is,
right word. There may be
please,
bad
can I
blood.
speak?
Let's not use words like venom. Let's not use words like venom because they have a very different kind of political context. But Bimal Soni, please come in. Respond to Sarfaraz Wani.
Yeah, what I wanted to say was that it was a reflex action of Gautam Gambhir. He is also a cricketer first, but I think he should have behaved as an MP. He is a matured person. He should not have done that gesture. And whatever he has done, I also am protecting him because he's been a cricketer. He has reflexly done that action, but I condemn it because now he's no longer that youngster. He's a matured MP who should have behaved as a matured man. But let's not get too much into it. I'm again repeating as a doctor also that it is a reflex which he has shown against the slogans which were happening against Kohli, as well as the action which he has done is a reflex action, and let's not condemn him to a position, but in future he has to be careful because he is no longer a cricketer.
Okay.
He is also a representative and a responsible person of this country.
All right. We'll have to leave it there for the moment, gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining us. It's been a very interesting debate, very different from the kind of debates we normally have in relation to political issues. In this particular case, of course, the stage is a cricket stadium, but all eyes on really whether this issue will further snowball or whether it will rest there. Rahul Ishwar, Bimal Soni, Nikhil Sharma, as well as Akashdeep Muni and Sarfaraz Wani. I'd like to thank all of you, gentlemen, for joining us. Dr. Suman C. Raman stays with us for the next debate of the NewsHour Agenda.